Well, folks, welcome back. We are heading out of Iowa today. We've got a long drive ahead of us, around 11 hours. Don't know why I put 5 up, but we're going to be taking this backhoe loader out of this BP depot, which is just north of Council Bluffs, and then we're going to be going across Montana and into Colorado. Reason we're doing this, I had a couple of really nice comments suggesting things that we could do in the next episode, and I've managed to put a couple of those comments together and to do this. So first of all, Megatron Decepticon wanted us to come take a load out of this area, which is kind of this whole kind of rather cool like train thing behind us. So this is like a depot where we've got trains and trucks coming together, and just coming out of this, there is a quite sharp turn, and he managed to get stuck on this. So wanted to see if I was going to do the same. So we'll have a look at that. And then the other suggestion was from Micro Pizza to go into Colorado because there were a load of cool drives that we hadn't yet done in that. So that's what we're doing. And we've got a long drive along the way. We've got loads of stuff to talk about. If you're new to the channel, because there's been a bit of a jump in subscribers recently, well, welcome, and drop comments down below. Love to hear from you folks. And I've got a rather cool, not quite sure how I describe it, but rather honest description of Council Bluffs. The tourist information board would not be putting it in, but from someone who lives there. So I want to share it with you because it made me laugh. Right, so this is the drive that we are taking. We're right on the border into Nebraska, and we're going to be going all the way across Nebraska, pretty much, well, the entire width of Nebraska, and then down into Colorado, down to Colorado Springs. And it's around here where we've got some really nice bits of driving, you'll see. And along the way, we've got a bunch of things to pick up, including a scenic viewpoint there, and there's another scenic viewpoint here along the way. So that will be fun, seeing what those are all about. And we'll be going past a bunch of stuff. So let's get into the cab. Let's start this drive. It's very early on Tuesday morning, so we want to get as far as we can. And so we're going to try and make sure we don't cock this first bit up. This is quite a long trailer, so we want to make this work as best as we can, and we want to give a good effort of getting through this. It was basically where the level crossing is. There's 3 or 4 of them. I think it's the last one. There's quite a sharp turn. And what I was told is that Megatron Decepticon got the back of his truck stuck on this and just about freed it before the train went past. So, yeah, sounds like it's going to be a bit of a challenging. I think perhaps it's one of those you need to take correctly. So it's not these ones here. I think it's this one here. Okay, I'm going to go really far over here. I've got to wait for the train anyway. You can sort of see how this might cause issues. Oh, here it is. I mean, the trains here are tiny compared to how they are in the US. It just amazes me that they just go on forever. It's just absolutely crazy. What's it in there? It's actually, I think it's just boxcars in there. I thought it was like full of sheep. Nice little touch with the graffiti on there, although the graffiti is identical. It's company design graffiti. I mean, that might be a really clever thing to do. You put graffiti on the truck already that you're sort of happy with, and then the kids aren't going to mess around with it. Right, have we managed to do it? We've done it. We didn't get stuck. But I think it's all about taking it as wide as possible there. I can kind of see how that might have happened. But look at the dust kicking up behind. Oh, just about avoided the telegraph pole, as we'd call it. What would you call it wherever you are? Those are, I mean, it's such an old-fashioned word. But yeah, telegraph pole, one of those things. We are going left here. Okay, that's nice. We're going up here, and away we go. So we're coming out of Council Bluffs, and along the way I do want to share with you the very unflattering portrayal of Council Bluffs. I don't know how true it is, but it's from someone who lives there, and it looks quite nice here, doesn't it? It looks rather nice, but this apparently is not the truth of the matter at all. Shall we do that now? I'm just going to get that up. Right, as we're waiting at the traffic light. So this is from Chonky Honky. He lives in Council Bluffs. Let me just go ahead and say it's awful here. Just like people from Omaha, they don't know how to drive. We have constant break-ins, thefts and assaults from homeless and drug addicts. Really selling it well. Cops don't do anything about that, apparently. And the businesses are scummy. Every single landlord are a bunch of slumlords. It's a mini Omaha. It's not a great description of the place, but if you're also living there, let me know if it really is as terrible as that. But do you, if you are still watching this, Mr. Chonky Honky, do you have this crazy looking bridge with whatever it looks like? What the heck is this? What is that even going to... I've got to go. It doesn't look like anything like remotely sensible. It just looks like something that's fallen apart. Or is it a ship? What is that? What the heck is that supposed to be? Octopus? Oh Christ. Right. We'll get back in here. And what we're going to do first up, after that little bit of truth, or pretend, I don't know how truthful it was, but it was certainly somebody's truth. We're going to have a little bit of a drive, and I'll see you after that. We'll have a little bit of free music to accompany you, and we'll see the lovely scenery of Nebraska starting to emerge. Looking forward to that. When I think of Nebraska, I think Stephen King, The Stand, and just cornfields that go on forever. But it's probably not going to look like that at all, is it? Right, see you in a bit. folks, just on our right you can see we are starting to drive through the cornfields. We've just went through a massive one there, and that's just a standard field there, but it looks like it is to some degree. We need to come off it. Wow, look at that car, nice. It does seem like they've got some, certainly in some places, they've got some quite fancy looking sports cars. I do like that. It would be nice to kind of drive some of those. I know this is coming, you know, there are cars coming to ATS, but actually it would be rather cool if you could drive some like real sporty cars around and have a right, you know, zoom round, because that would be a lot of fun, I think. But yeah, the state. So I must be right in my thinking that corn is like one of the big things in Nebraska. I guess that's probably quite well known. But yeah, my knowledge coming from the stand there. I think that's a brilliant book, and the film adaptation's not great, but it's not terrible. I don't mind it. I know it's not seen as one of his best, but I just love the story. It gets a bit weird towards the end, but yeah, enjoy that. But yeah, this apparently is the Cornhusker State, which is the achievement that we've already picked up 2 out of the 10 cities. We've been through Omaha and then Lincoln, I think, were the 2 cities we went through. We didn't see any of them. That's just where we've been. So yeah, now it's the wide open countryside there. Is that another cornfield out there? And you can see there, is that the water? I'm not sure. No, it's just a big silo. So presumably they've got the massive silos out. And we saw a lot of that when we went to Canada. It was, yeah, it's always quite impressive. A similar sort of thing there. I mean, corn is massive there as well. And on the side of the road, you can just, you know, they'll sell it and you can just get like this uber fresh corn. Oh my God, is it tasty. I imagine they do something very similar here as well. But yeah, we've done a reasonable amount. We're now down to just 9 hours, 540 miles to go. So we've made some good progress, I think. I think the drive's probably going to be a lot like this. So we're not really seeing an awful lot. I mean, I don't know whether Nebraska is a particularly well populated state, but it just, in my mind, I suspect it's probably not. And there's probably quite a lot of just open fields and just wide open sky, the sort of thing that us Brits might associate America with more, rather than if you go to the northeast, where maybe the population's much higher. Right, wow, well, look at that. So yeah, did want to talk a little bit about some of the discussion episodes we've had for our ETS videos, which have been doing really well. I mean, the videos have, well, they're 2 of my best videos like this year, which is quite good. Not the best, but certainly 2 of the best. And they've only been out a short amount of time, which is really awesome to see. So certainly that style of or loan repayment, it's only 146 quid, but that style of video does seem to do quite well. And whether we bring that across to the ATS videos as well, I'm not sure. I do kind of like this kind of sort of thinking, having a video that feels more focused on the drive for ATS, and then maybe we do the drive in ETS too, certainly at the moment, but maybe we're chatting about something else along the route, and that kind of makes sense. But there's a couple of sort of things that we were talking about, and one of them was around these games coming to console, and I think I mentioned that in the last one. And what I've been really impressed with is the amount of people who have sort of said, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait for it. Does seem like there is a pretty big number of people out there, and that apparently there isn't anything like this on console, and that was half my worry, that there just wouldn't be the market for it. But it really feels like there is a market for it out there, because there isn't anything like that, and people are itching to get their hands on it. The problem seems to be that this kind of has been on the cards for a while and has been announced. I'm not sure when it's supposed to come out, but I had a recently had a long comment on that video, which is really interesting. Someone who's really frustrated about it, and what a bridge this is. What a bridge. What is that? That is cool. Where are we? Oh, Christ, we should have come off there. Shit. Oh, nuts. Oh, it was in there. Are we going to have to do this? Oh. Is there a way? Is there a way back there? Just a second. See if we can manage to get back there. But yeah, there was someone who was really frustrated about the whole situation, because it had been out there so long that you know, they're just thinking, well, is it ever coming out? And that made me think, well, how well are SCS actually sort of managing kind of all aspects of their company? Because it feels like it's very focused on getting the DLCs out, getting the next DLC out, doing the reworks. Is there anyone actually focusing on that? And that made me think that might be quite a nice sort of chatty episode to do about. Need a bit of research, but might be something we'll think about in the future. But yeah, so very pleased to see that there does look, so we'll come across here. We're going to try and get our way back there. I do want to try and just see what that was. I appreciate that this is possibly messed things up a little bit. But yeah, so really happy because whilst I was kind of a little worried about SCS being able to deliver it, it wasn't because I didn't want them to. I'm not going to play it on there, but you know, I want them to do well, because if they do well, it means that I will get more of this. So that's all positive. So we might do something on that. I think the other thing I was maybe going to do one of those chatty episodes which I think is a really interesting question as to why there is no competition for this type of game, or if there is, it's so rubbish that it's not really competition. So those are a couple of things that I had in my mind. So if you have got some comments on that type of stuff, leave them here and I will explore those comments when I get to making that video. Right, so I'm going to try and get to this thing, so I'll come back once we're there. Right, we managed to find somewhere to do a U-turn, one of those brilliant little sort of central reservation U-turns that I said we don't have in the UK. We just, U-turns are just not such a thing in the UK. We just, certainly on main roads there is no way of doing that. You have to get to the next junction and then you take the overpass or underpass and then go like that. So what is this? I saw a sign the other way saying the archway, which, you know, pretty much sums up what this looks like. But what are we actually looking at? It looks, the archway. So what is this? It looks pretty old, doesn't it? Oh, she's got a selfie stick out there. So where is that? Is it down there? I think it's down there. Oh, Christ. There's a lot of cars here. I think we perhaps want to go down here, maybe. May have just nipped that car a little bit. Not a little bit, but we could have turned. We could have turned there. Oh well. I don't think we were supposed to go in that car park. Right, what's this? So this is the Nebraska Explorer. So it's the Great Plate River Road Archway Monument. River Road. What is a river road? Is it a road that runs next to a river? Is it a road that runs along an old riverbed? What is it? And what does this signify? Yeah, folks, please What's that signify? So neither of them are quite reaching, are they? Yeah, please, in the comments, let me know what this is I'm looking at. Love. It almost feels like it'd be nice that you could get out and sort of wander over there. Looks like, yeah, you can have a right walk around and stuff. What a nice place to have on, like, on a main road, and you can kind of have a wander around. What a crazy thing. Oh, there is a river there. There's the river. So when we say river road, it's a road that runs next to a river. That kind of makes some sense now. Okay, that was rather cool. Something a little bit different. Right, this is the exit. And here's our river over there. So that's rather good. So we've got about 8 hours to go after that little bit of a detour, and it's probably screwed up our plans for sleeping and things like that. So we've got a load of potential sleep spots until we get to around here. Then it gets a bit quieter. What I'm going to do, I think, is we'll just drive on, and I will do another little time lapse, and we'll come back. Maybe we'll have a bit of a sleep, and we'll come back maybe somewhere as we're, around the Stirling area, something like that, and then we won't have very far to go to the end of this little drive. So I'll see you in a little bit. folks, we are now in Colorado. We just went past the sign a little way back. You might have seen that very kind of like wooden sign, as you'd expect Colorado to look, and almost immediately the topology of the land seemed to change to a little bit more undulation, and I suspect that's only going to get more and more as we get further into this. So yeah, that was interesting. I think Nebraska was very much as I was expecting. It was just wide open all the way through. Very little in terms of population centres other than kind of what we saw right on the eastern side. But after that, we really didn't see much at all apart from that mad little bridge, which was, the archway of, was it something Plate? North Plate or something. The reason it was called that is there was a town right next to it called that, so that's why. So here we are. You also probably saw I got pulled in for inspection at the weigh station, and had to pay £200 fine because we had a slight bit of damage on the truck, which was I think possibly to do with what we did when we went into that car park. So it's a bit mad. Is that what I assumed? A weigh station was just about them, like making sure your weight was what it's supposed to be and not over what your truck is allowed to do. But so they do a proper inspection of the truck. That's annoying. I suppose it does mean you have to have your truck well maintained, but still, giving me fines like that with the economy mod on I've got, that's not going to help me. Plus the sort of 2 loan installments that we've had out, crazy. We did sleep. We did a double sleep overnight in that little lay-by as well. So it is Wednesday in the afternoon now. So that's something. We are just 4 hours away, 200 miles to go. And we're coming near to the turn-off for Stirling, which for me is in Scotland, but for you it's in Colorado. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about, based on some things we spoke about in previous episodes, was night driving, because we did a bit of night driving, and I was sort of saying, well, no one really likes night driving, do they? And there in the comments were lots of people giving me reasons why night driving is actually quite good. And I think one of the things that was mentioned is the reduction of distractions on the road. Well, we can bypass this weigh station, that's good. I don't want to have to keep paying lots of money to whoever owns these weigh stations, presumably the government. So it seems like there are people who do like driving at night time. Yeah, and lack of distractions was one. You don't get crazy drivers, as many crazy drivers on the road. I think you can get some absolute loons on the road at night, but at least most of the time you can see them coming if they are using their lights. If they're not losing their lights, then you got a bit of a problem. But so that was one thing, and also less traffic on the road, so you can get there more swiftly. And that left I think it was Hutch in the Hills who commented that he regularly goes on these like 22-hour drives, or at least kind of like across the states when they're going on holiday with kids and stuff. That's just such a mad thing to do. Certainly over here we wouldn't be driving for 22 hours. You might drive over onto the continent perhaps and do that, but you couldn't drive anywhere that would take you 22 hours. I think you'd probably all the way up into the tip of Scotland by the time you got that far. So yeah, I think that was really interesting, just the kind of way in which driving is done between the UK and over there in the States is just so different. I think what we consider a big distance over here is sort of almost nothing to you folks. I mean, I guess you would very happily drive 3 hours between 2 towns. Maybe your aunt lives there or something. We'd think quite hard about doing that. That would be a day out. For you folks, it'll probably just be like a couple of minutes, a quick trip down the road to see Auntie Beatrice, we'll say. Beatrice. Oh dear, yeah. So, yeah, absolutely crazy how that works. Just because we're in a smaller place, I guess there's a lot, a much more dense population, and I mean, I guess traffic's worse for us. Maybe, I don't know. Denser population equals more traffic. Most motorways that we have will have traffic. There'll be traffic jams if you go at the wrong time. Where I live, there's you have to come up on the motorway called the M5, which goes past Bristol. So I'm in the southwest, and Bristol's kind of, if you follow the foot of Britain up, it's a town or city right on that, as right at kind of the bottom of Wales, and where the little foot of Britain where Cornwall and Devon are meet that, and that's where Bristol is. But yeah, sometimes the traffic that goes past that place is absolutely horrible. Or by Birmingham as well. That can have some horrendous traffic. And London, the M25, which goes around London, it's just called a car park, because most of the time people are just sitting in their car waiting for something to happen. Oh, and we can see the Rockies behind us. Look at that. How awesome is that? So we want to be here. We're going towards Denver, I think. But how awesome does that look? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the plan is for this episode, or not this episode, the next few episodes, is we're going to be tootling around Colorado, down some of and picking up some of those cool roads that are kind of marked out with cutscenes and stuff. I think that would be a really epic thing to do, and I am sort of looking forward to that. Oh, is this Denver? Yeah, so we're just coming through Denver now, so we'll drive through it, and then we'll go down towards Colorado Springs, and looks like it's around there where all the stuff is. So we got something around here, but I want to do here, just a lot. Up here as well. I want to have a real kind of nose around Colorado, and let me know in the comments, have you been to Colorado, and is it an epic place to drive? Is it some of the best driving that you can do in the States? Let me know. So the Centennial State, which is where we are here, we've got 5 out of 10 of those drives done, of those cities picked up, and we should be picking up Colorado Springs as well. But this is Denver, which is the administrative capital of Colorado. I am aware of that. Big city, yeah, massive city. Not sure how it ranks. Maybe, I mean, you'd expect it to be like top 20 or maybe top 10. Let me know in the States. But look at the high rise, like downtown section, and then you've got the Rockies just there. It's so cool, kind of like Munich in a way, isn't it? Because you've got, obviously Munich doesn't have this massive high-rise district in the same way. Oh, look at that. What stadium is that, folks? Let me know. Is that the NFL stadium, or is it the Denver Broncos? Oh, just a second. Where is this? It says it on the side. Field Stadium. Well, that's a really crap name for a stadium. I mean, the backdrop is epic, but yeah, the Field Stadium. Oh, dear me. I mean, we can't talk. Some of the stadiums in the UK aren't much better named, because everything is kind of done with with advertising in the name, so you can buy out the name. So we've got like the Reebok Stadium, and gone are the days where it was like the good old like Anfield, like Goodison Park, those sort of stadiums. There are a lot of those left, but there's a lot of those, like White Hart Lane, which was Spurs' ground, which is now they've moved elsewhere. We don't want to be there. So it loses some of the like mystique and the history when you sort of do that. It's a whole different topic, but That's why I get a little confused about American sports and the franchise nature of it, where a team can kind of just move like to somewhere else. that's what I don't think it's fine, but that can even happen. I think we've had it happen once in the UK that I can think of, where Wimbledon moved to Milton Keynes and became the MK Dons, and it's basically the MK Dons are they're the worst team in the world. Everyone hates them in British football. So yeah, it's funny how things go like that. Anyway, we've got 67 miles to go. I'm going to just do another mini time lapse, and then we'll come back, do a reverse, and we're here in Colorado, so this should be fun. Right, folks, I'm just going to join you on the very last few miles into our delivery location, and what an epic bit of scenery we've got. How things have changed from where we were, the open plains of Nebraska, and now we have got the Rocky Mountains all around us. We've got trees everywhere. It's such a pretty bit of driving here. This is going to be a fun few episodes exploring these here hills and things. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this, and I've enjoyed the longer drive. Actually, we're picking up about $1,500, which will, I think, just about cover the drive. Which isn't. I know we said we were going to pick up some more money. We might have to take out another loan at some point just to keep us afloat, but that's fine. I mean, we're not going to go bankrupt, are we? It's not something. It's not kind of thing that. Oh Christ! I didn't even think a car would be down here. What are we going to find here? Okay, so we're going right here. What's that green thing? Okay, so we're now on a slightly more dubious looking bit of road. What's over there? Is that something I should... Cripple Creek and Victor Gold Mine. Well, we'll just at least pick it up, but I guess it's over the way, is it? And then just down here on the left we've got the... I don't know how much of this we'll be able to see, but we've got the cutscene here that we can pick up for this location, so that should be a good one. You alright, mate? Been a long drive. I wonder if there's somewhere. I guess we can just sleep in the cab, can't we? Although we're not really allowed to do that in the game. Here we are. So Newmont. So it's Cripple Creek and Victor Gold Mine. Let me know what this is. I think that's... I mean, anything that says gold mine is rather cool as far as I'm concerned. That is as a... I mean, that's where the prospectors were going, isn't it? What is this, kind of like a real famous gold mine, is it? One of the early ones. Oh, look at that. Oh, my. So this is some sort of mine, isn't it? But look at the way the rock is kind of in that sort of strata layered way. That's amazing. Looks a bit different over there. I'm not sure if that's just a texture issue. Got a bit of sound there as well. Oh man, look at that. Wow, this is huge. Is that us there? What's that? And why is there loads of water going on it? It's so many questions. I have no idea what's going on with all this. Let me know. Yeah, any of those things that I talked about, let me know, folks, because it's absolutely fascinating. Right. We're going to take this drive and we're going to go, I guess we're going to maybe that mine. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I'll probably try and take something from here somewhere else, because I'd kind of like to have a look at this in the day. I didn't see any creek anywhere. That I haven't seen, but maybe it's on this side, because it's... Oh, look at the sunset. Right, so that's what we saw up there. Whatever's going on there, we're... My God. Well, you can see why we're delivering the backhoe loaders to this location. That kind of makes a lot of sense. Right, in we go. It is. Look at this, folks. I'm going to take a... I mean, look at that. How awesome is that? But I'm going to take a photo. Let's try and find a screenshot here. Ooh, almost drove off the road. That would have been quite a sad end to what has been a pretty good journey. We've got a very tight turn again up here. We just want to make sure we go as wide as we possibly can. We don't want to meet anything else coming in the other direction, but yeah, it's not too bad actually, because there's a lot of room to turn around in. Right, there we go. Oh, hidden road, folks. And we will not look at that just now. I think we'll have an explore of that once we do the drop off next time out. I am going to look to take something from here, so we'll see if we can take that hidden road somewhere. Oh. This is a bit of a challenging drive. Right, here we go. Where on earth are we going to be putting this? This is going to be a 90, isn't it? No, it's just a 40. Right. It looks like one of those that we might just be able to drive in. We've just got to find our way there. So I'm going to take a right here around this building, and I reckon we'll just be able to slot it in. Okay, this is not kind of what I was expecting. Where is it? Oh. I can't see it. Where is it? Up the top. I think it was up the top. Just a second. Let's. I think we might need to go eagle-eyed here. Right, up this one. There we go. That was really hard to find. So we'll line it up and just pop him back in there. It shouldn't be too hard. Come on, here we go. There we go. We're here, folks. We're here. Actual reversing job wasn't too difficult. Oh, 2 out of 10 for Gold Rush. I'm not sure what that one is, that achievement. But got some nice XP there. Should be a decent amount of cash in the bank. Yeah, back up to almost 22,000. And I think next time out, we'll try and take a job from this company and try and go over one of those rather cool roads. Anyway, folks, if you did enjoy that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. See you next time. Bye-bye.